Every sagu unua bi asum ne ka kyerɛ ne sɛ ɔmpa akonnwa bi ntena so sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnyina yɛbɛsua Ghana mamu nsɛm yɛbɛte bi na yɛnya ebi mu asekyerɛ yie ebi a wote bi nanso tempa a wopenti wanya mu asekyerɛ yie enti bɔmmɔden na tena se ɛsan sɛ ɔbɔ adeɛ no ɛde yɛ kɔ nkakra ɛna no nso no ɛyɛ 3rd June 2025 ɔde yɛ kɔ kakra enti baabi a wo bia no sanfa aseda piesie no ɛma ɔbɔ adeɛ nyankopɔn no ɛsan sɛ na adom ne mɔbrɔhu nti ɛna yɛgusu a yɛte ase ɛbɛhwɛ nsɛm a yɛbɛdi kase ni mu akotene dia Ghana mampani ɛde nsɛm bi aba betudwa wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ galamsey ensase a nkrofo bi ankasa ɛfa yɛ aban sase no wabɔmɔden a na ensase no ɛyɛ 9 nanso wabɔmɔden a enya emu 8
Saso ana wasansam krono a emu Ghana mampani akasa ebo good board penifo abaso se omo abo edwumaso
Ora amoa enso ede ensem bi aba betudwa wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ sisi afriwell na akɔsoro no nani agye ho paa yi akɔfam ne nani gye ho
Office of the Special Prosecutor so the sub atu eja ede afa ora kenofori ata
Asante hene akasa nasema wɔka nyina ene sɛ wɔde kwakɔbɔ ede agwa akɔ ama Ghana mampani sɛ wɔsrɛ na Ghana fo nim potenti no moto abama no enti bɔhya wo hyɛ Ghana fo nyina no wɔhwɛ ni wɔnya ne sa pepepe
wasante eye hene nsema ɔde tu eja no wasanso akasa ede afa keta hyehyɛ pro ye ni dwem ne kankan a ekumoman
ensem bi kan sɛm yi hu ɛna meni menua ba ya Japan ani ade kase no ɛbrɛwo na abribia no si ebetena fidikese yi so a ɛnya yɛ pɛ enti ne ade betena fidikese yi so na mmom Apam Global Outreach Adam manti baby a asafo yi ɛwo bia no ye kase aseda piesie enko ɛma wo mu esan sɛ wono mu ni hɔ a yɛnso ye ni hɔ ɛro nti wo madamba enti ɛna nwumre yi ya betina afidikese yi so na ya no ayɛ rese sabi te sese bi konfo eyire no yemfa aseda emma wo mu se wo mekukuru ye ba asafo yi efuruma ehye so wo rescue point enu nti ba bia wo bia no bomode na nyame ya adoma Thursday ye da ye nimu yi fa opepa akoma pa odo ene gidie etu anamon ebe kan ye hu ne ye mompa ye abri bia no ya ne ye kan bebre kire wo ade ehia ye yi opa enti na ye betena fidie yi so a ye pese ye nya adagye makse ye beto nsa afra wo no aba be kan ye hu no mesra wakoye nipa die abiri bia wo se utimi ede wakwan ehye wo bo ade ne nsa se de be ya wo ho emmasem mesra bomode ana wo so mpanimfo ahoma e wo 0249669993 ana se 0540378282 na eje omo beje wo feso na opetimi asanso afre wo mo na oni omo abompa ye prayer line no ye bi akwan ato ho ama onipa dasani bia edi ameje so ka kire nua nana ya Sikapa mini aba
nana ama Fordjour
enna ne yahomresima ye ba ye bebo ewura nsem ni mu
Adeshimamba and Sansunda Masini and Mama Kwaba, Ebora and Sabno Ankasa and Chimu. Yes, I said Yanina, Yakako PMO, Office of the Special Prosecutor. Na catch it, na yen say. I feel a fair CAD, and she mama papa, and I'm paid for Bomodin de Guapa, so now no a year. Titru edify a year and co for an abaya. Ababa sing echo a mumpeni for Sabi Wanuko Jina di Bra Hotoro Anom. Na a bima for Kutukanso, a buying sika, one no etibri. And you know, and I'm so at my office of the special prosecutor Bomoting, Eton Sa Eddie Fre, Enkane or mine for to some for now or ye or Ken, or for we ata se openino. Niama ba kumi nubi and kwe dubia di abon nature sen who boom, and into openino bra, now on beino who ano, and it's in penny 4.9. Eko ni fie afi wo kɔ wɔn ankɔ ankɔ tunu nti wɔn gya ɛyɛ nsaman krata ɛna wɔ bɔ mɔden toma ne ɛyɛ owura kɛno fo wi ata saa abra no no wetia ne n'ekyi kɔ ɛyɛ kosi bro ne krom ɔkɔ akɔgye ayarehwɛ ɛnu nti no na lawyers fo no bɔ mɔden tron krata ɛde bre owura ken ofori ɛde bre OSP na kyerɛ sɛ owura kisi ejaben sɛnea opani no betumi asomu akoma pem etia sɛ ne yɛ kyerɛ mu a opani no ɛgye ayarehwɛ nanso opani no krata wɔde bre no wɔde bre OSP do ɛkyerɛ mu sɛ enkandra da ena nkoba be pie mu ewo OSP akache nanso wo hye n'anim abɔ na homa anya de opani no tabiri ya na ɔbaaye ɛno no enam so ama orakisi ejaben ɛde no akɔka ɛyɛ Interpol ɛfo ho ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ si ye declare wanted si asa Interpol ya de wakɔkɔto so no wɔn no wɔba bɛhwehwɛ wɔn no akyiri kwan nti owuraka no foriata ne hwene sɛ ne tie ne ti sɛ ne tie sabi n'ani ɛne ne nsa ne ntade hyɛ mu ne nyinaa no wɔn no declare ɛwɔ nkronkro ahodo bebre so a wɔn no declare no wanted in some say ɛna OSP Office of the Special Prosecutor Orakisi Ejabin Echremu.
Foriata's lawyers letter dated 28 May 2025 as an expression of utter bad faith on the part of Mr. Foriata, and it confirms our long-held, well-considered opinion and conclusion that Mr. Foriata has no intention of voluntarily returning to the jurisdiction and to attend the OSP. Further, this office is unaware of his purported information to the court, whether orally or by filed processes, of the alleged change in his circumstances. Today is Monday, 2 June 2025. It is more than 3 hours past the scheduled time of Mr. Foriata's attendance at the OSP, and Mr. Foriata failed to attend the OSP today. Mr. Foriata's conduct is totally unacceptable and a baleful spite at law enforcement and criminal investigations. It ends here. It ends today. We will no longer accommodate him. Consequently, the OSP redeclares that Mr. Foriata is a wanted person and a fugitive from justice. His name is hereby re-entered on the OSP's list of wanted persons. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure Mr. Foriata's return to the jurisdiction and to answer to the criminal inquiries against him. In pursuance of this, about 30 minutes before this briefing, I triggered processes for the issuance of an Interpol red notice for the location and provisional arrest of Mr. Kenneth Nanaya Oforiata in whichever jurisdiction pending extradition or his surrender. Around the same time, I dispatched a request for extradition processes to be instituted for the provisional apprehension in any jurisdiction in which Mr. Oforiata may be located or found. The OSP will prefer criminal charges in the courts against Mr. Foriata in due course.
Yeguswa Apam kodia na yede ni echemu ewo Ghana mampani asoye wabreko piemu ewo dwumede bia se na ewo sansem na mu no ena opani ede na nunsem etuja wo kiremu se sisia no nyame ya dom no no na ban eba so no ensase ana eye nkofo ana wo mo ehye kuntuna se na omo eye galamse no ensase ana eye aban sanse no na eye bakobako 9 na nso no wono na ban ne baaye no ababo mode a age ensase no mu 8 eno nti no wo kiremu se sisia no omo eba bebo ho ban se de ebe ya enkoba ne se ya asiya no mofo ensa nkofa asase no na omo ensa so ensa ni bio.
Transactional in relations between countries, it becomes even more critical for us to use our natural resource endowment to create prosperity for our people. Another pillar of reform is inclusive mining. Over 1 million people in Ghana depend on artisanal and small-scale mining for sustenance. However, this sector has often been informal, conflict-prone, and environmentally damaging. We're therefore taking bold steps to formalize the small-scale mining sector through initiatives such as the Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program, the Ghana Landscape Restoration and Small-Scale Mining Project. And as the Minister said, there are various initiatives underway. These initiatives aim to provide legal access to land, training, equipment, and shared infrastructure. We also will eliminate the use of mercury and supporting environmentally safe alternatives for mining. Let me be clear at this juncture. Artisanal miners are not enemies of the state. If properly trained and supported, they can be allies in our development. Working together with the small-scale mining sector, we will reclaim our forest reserves and restore the purity of our water bodies. Our river guards are working on clearing mining activities in our water bodies and on the banks of our rivers. We've successfully, as the Minister told you, we have successfully cleared illegal miners out of 8 out of the 9 no-go zone forest reserves. We will track excavators, as the Minister said, in order to know whether they are being used for illegal mining or not. And we intend to change the permitting regime. Ghana has more excavators in this country than in the whole of Africa. We're going to change the permitting regime. You will not be allowed to import an excavator or put it on a ship unless you get a permit before you can ship an excavator. Mining cannot be sustainable unless it's also responsible. Environmental degradation, water pollution, and community displacement are not inevitable byproducts of mining.
Yala so ejinemu ewasa ensebnu ebu na chese Global Mining Summit jumedi ekoso Kimpiski and Ghana Mampini Kasa ochemu say ya share ege ensase ne obo ade nde pagan obo ade ede edom yen a ade akọ nanim yie papa enti ebra so so wode ne matutu yie sane ebebo masa njapade obo ade edodom yen no ebetumi ehu mfaso pa ewoso ne titiru osanso de nase ekoye edema good board say sabi eye fo magudie ne yetu a won a wono ebeto edeko won kro so no ene wonya so mfaso na Ghana ye no enya kuma bi enti no ena good board no aba say eye process gold no say ye to gold na ebe wohoro ho nyoma ahodo bi ebe ye ansa na gold na gina plan no nyi na bi ebe ye enti na gold board no aba eti aman oto ensem no so say
raw minerals, and we import finished product. But the real value, which is jobs, technology, and revenue, is captured elsewhere. My administration is committed to moving beyond extraction to transformation. And this means that we'll be investing in the downstream industry of the mineral value chain, refining our gold and developing our jewelry industry, processing our bauxite into alumina and aluminum, converting lithium into battery components for export, and using iron ore to feed a steel industry. We must integrate mining into the broader economic framework, linking it to our manufacturing, energy, logistics, and research. That is how we build resilient and diversified economies. In the past, huge concessions were carved out for foreign mining interests. State mining assets were sold to foreign companies because we lacked the capital, the technology, and the human resources to fully exploit the natural resources that nature so bountifully blessed us with. But that situation has changed now. It is possible to raise capital. Technology is available. And Ghana has a huge human resource with expertise in every aspect of the extractive industry. We therefore believe that there should be increased participation and investments from Ghanaians in exploiting our mineral wealth. We welcome foreign investors to partner with us in our extractive industry. We want a partnership of mutual benefit, and we commend the relationship we currently enjoy with our partners such as Goldfields, Anglo Gold, Cardinal Namdini, Newmont, and all the others. We'll soon codify our thoughts concerning increased Ghanaian participation using vehicles like our stock exchange and other instruments to increase participation of the Ghanaian private sector in our natural resource exploitation. As the world becomes more transactional in relations between countries, it becomes even more critical for us to use our natural resource endowment to create prosperity for our people. The Gold Board, a key plank in my administration strategy to reform the gold mining sector and ensure maximum benefits for Ghanaians from our gold resources, has taken off.
Yeguswa jinamu wasansemia eho enagana mampeni etwaso wasanso esi tudua se eye wonomu a eye omo edisika kokko hudwa no emfasode a eye na Ghana fo yenya no eye da yenya bebre na so asembinti eye na Ghana fo nya bi na sisi ade ode ne nan eba besi ho ama gold no se omo ye ho niam nyina wi a Ghana fo timemu fo Ghana fo. What Mama is trying to say is a Ghana for just yenina yensa ebetimi akabi na etumi aboa eno ntino was say investors say wamunyina any minus no munyina enya baako said ye beya emfasode no omo ebenya ne bebrebe.
Miners are not enemies of the state. If properly trained and supported, they can be allies in our development. Working together with the small-scale mining sector, we will reclaim our forest reserves and restore the purity of our water bodies. Our river guards are working on clearing mining activities in our water bodies and on the banks of our rivers. We've successfully, as the minister told you, we have successfully cleared illegal miners out of 8 out of the 9 no-go zone forest reserves. We will track excavators, as the minister said, in order to know whether they are being used for illegal mining or not. And we intend to change the permitting regime. Ghana has more excavators in this country than in the whole of Africa. We're going to change the permitting regime. You will not be allowed to import an excavator or put it on a ship unless you get a permit.
Yadasu ejire mudia na asante hino tumfo sei tutu otosumienu bomodin kopiebu ewo Global Mining Summit jumedie na coursework impisi no ase eno enam so amopeni no ede atu ejo ochemu sei keta hyehe proye jirim ene kankan ene se die amemu boni bi eno na ekutia oman Ghana enu nti ena fo megudia emfambra kwan eso no eye galamsedo empenifo de eye nneoma ahodro de atoto na kwanso sene wo betumi appoint ya wontumi woduru baabia na afi ona kwakoka insinsem wontumi empem ko enu no peni no e kire mu se ebra so oman Ghana ye beso ye waka na obia be ya osreni na aposini akwakodina nsuru ahodro no eho sene ebebo ma ye nsuo no eni etumi atini etumi nye nsuo pa anom ofa sa akonya no so bo Ghana mampeni His Excellency Ora John Dramani Mahama baso say opedi no edi gold for oil policy do aba.
That a cocktail of regulatory failures, political miscalculations, and corruption have combined to make the task of curbing the menace more challenging. But there's no issue here which is insoluble. We have an opportunity to calmly dissect the policy options and tools available to deal with the problem. Sure. I feel sure it is within the capacity of this gathering of industry experts, end users and policymakers to fashion our solutions that work for the good of the nation. Yeah. I feel obliged, however, to call for a sense of perspective. The mining industry has had its challenges in recent years, symbolized more forcibly by the near collapse of Anglo-Gold Ashanti in Obuasi. But Obuasi is back on track, and overall, the industry to me is in robust health. Almost all our major companies are improving on their performance. The emergence of the new Gold Board is a creative initiative with new horizons for the industry, increasing the raising prospects for more investments and higher yields. As I'm sure we will hear from the Minister for Lands, who will be speaking later, the outlook for the future is truly great, with increasing evidence of the presence of some of the new critical minerals the world needs to drive the new green economy. Unfortunately, we are in danger of diverting our attention from the bright prospects ahead onto the avoidable pitfalls.
Ora amoa ede ensembi atudwa no wechire mu se sede Ghana ye fuel no ensensem no eso ate no ehun ebehia yie pa na nani eje ho enunti no wosre se sede akofem no Ghana mampani enhwe na entumi enkofem sa
enne ye ka se eso ate eye but ubisame based on numbers ayewo within the industry no and so no cry enye no enye papa ultimate na a country the unspoken rule no chere say enka 1 liter $1 now so ende no $1 na begina 10 cedi 20 something pesos and so petrol no ye turn 12 cedi 54 pesos 53 I mean enye I was see a tisu bika home. The argument is that, oh, I saw Tinti Kayenfa, Sikanonkotia, IPP Tika. Petrol bore, it determine be beer in your economy, or cost of transport, or cost of goods and services. Be beer because you're for more petrol bonzo, eka hobby. So I say a ton petrol 10 cedis, now a ton of 12 cedis. And my own fisa or china, and tis what bread it drew nanka, say a tisso. Yetumu and tumu breba. Now was here 2 more. Is I said, but 2 more free 10 cedi no. At the Ako be 11 and now 10 cedi 40 no. Not because he ain't me antiswa me drew baby a Ghana for and was a bedroom no. A bassa a reverse any a better more. Not and to Monaco boom, boom, boom because so offer 1% of 10 Ghana a lesser than 1% of 12 Ghana. And unti so was a sote at this time. Na Ghana for nya home for to around 10-11 Ghana cedis. Yenhwe ne ento ne nyai excuses na oil companies akese ne bi. Se me ne wo ka say BDC bo 8 cedis a liter. Na what the taxes of 3 cedi 27 pesos empoka ho a. Enka 11 cedi 27 ubetimi aton. So what the wow margin po 50 pesos or 60 pesos 70 pesos 75 na de kan ho a. Enka wo ye below Sebe.
Yeah, call Ghana Mampedi His Excellency Ora John Dramani Mahama so and change there. Or they are two agencies na buying me new Democratic Congress NDC no this one no any super so we boama for me goodie aye to gold no and home for so no it's me atna or my Ghana ebu. The sign you ntino penino chimo kokasa wo dwumedie bi asikyire mu say or the sikachiri die pa ene ba betebiri ede ahye eye gold dwuma no emu na ede mfaso die tumi aba eni tim prempren no wono aye wona dwen say wo be sedwumeko kese pa na gold hu eni dan dane afe wo de bi beye komade ensumade ne nyoma hodo bebre no wono aton sani mfaso die no ebetumi atena oman no emu afe ye share your bauxite and afe lithium no so a ye dane eni ebetumi aye biribi pa Eddie ama oman Ghana. Opening the Sansemina to a job bro Kokasa here, 2025 a year mining emotion service. I say ewo enkai.
As the leading gold producer in Africa reflects both the opportunities and the contradictions in this sector. Mining contributes substantially to our GDP, to our foreign exchange and employment. But I must say it has not transformed the lives of our citizens as it should. And so we must ask ourselves the hard question: why does the wealth beneath our feet not translate into prosperity above ground. A major reason is our extractive structure. We export raw materials, raw minerals, and we import finished product. But the real value, which is jobs, technology, and revenue, is captured elsewhere. My administration is committed to moving beyond extraction to transformation. And this means that we'll be investing in the downstream industry of the mineral value chain, refining our gold and developing our jewelry industry, processing our bauxite into alumina and aluminum, converting lithium into battery components for export, and using iron ore to feed a steel industry. We must integrate mining into the broader economic framework, linking it to our manufacturing, energy, logistics, and research. That is how we build resilient and diversified economies. In the past, huge concessions were carved out for foreign mining interests. State mining assets were sold to foreign companies because we lacked the capital, the technology, and the human resources to fully exploit the natural resources that nature so bountifully blessed us with. But that situation has changed now. It is possible to raise capital. Technology is available. And Ghana has a huge human resource with expertise in every aspect of the extractive industry.
Yeah, Guswa Pem Cordiana, Asantehne, Otumfo, or say to the second, and so Eddie Abasabodie, Children Chepa, Eddie Aqua, Ghana Mampeni. What Cheremu say, Ghana Mampeni, Ebana Yabatone Swabano, or She Ghana for Bosse. Yatune Swaba, Ewo, Yatune Swabana, Yamea, don't know if I could transfer. In 21 days, no, Obebo Modia, a bosha was she, Obe Goswa Eddie, now what for failing promises, Nina Sono, while or the Osia Aya or your Ankasa, na or Sanso Echeremuse, Neni Ajin, Jumadi Humpa, na Emom or the Cocobo Ecoma, a young ministers, a power for our power moo, so one your more ebay a Juman, which Remuse, one or poor much or pan say, share and or ma Ghana man penny and sa and sifem, as I say, Ghana for any nientia or more at all abano edemano, Sebeya. Ghana man penny ebebo dia ababe juma ebosha wo hye nyina no enunti ena Ghana for ebo dia eto abano edemano enti wo sre wo mo se hwe ena o mama opani enan ensifem
inse de yura se no o se na hu ne hanom a oba ne nsrem o se ona na munyara mo ba and say Apam for now, but said there, Oba ye mu city. Yom. Sinya mi je chire, eden pa bo, na mi adom magana for nyina ato aba ma o. Sabi edi na wotumi enu, aba sabi mansia. So be hwe ode nyina otumfo. Yom. See one chant now cry. Would you do a day in a sebeto? So, what Baba Chia Santamine, but Chiaura. Sadia, you know, and you took for fair. And you sent my year for papa. See if you also so, and you do a cheat. What was what to Nema? Nema, we in an India tree out to no Makama. Yom. O se sebe nema waka. Someone sebe wo hye. Ni nyina na ni di akire. Do se Yakopon amoa wo. Na de wo ye bia no, enye ye kama. Mampagin se de we aka che wo no, so do dada. So ahun brase sitie. Onema wo ye enye nne na osebe oni wo to oni wo yi emre ya sebe osaba npe no so yi me ensesa Facade Noira, and Yame Edwin, maybe a way be as an encoso. Sintino Casu, no one to Mississippi, I was on the Emma, the Matubinuzo Emi, let they do any moon wakano. Fair, and Yame, Omwa, none of them some food never cheat, not the Suno, Emrem. Say, Sabi, by the Madia Wood, the Mawaka in Nara, Bunkunta, Sabi Nawaha Ajuno, Sabi Mawaka in Ampa, a bem, Amaya Bunkunta, Rana Bahari so Bunkunta. Making care be away. Then you want to say, Bibia, El Coso, and one pepe.
Any day my engine out 2 out of Simino and some other 2 agent and job from Cato Embassy.
Paiboso, a chinyami sunsum, a by a braboso, a de shebre, and a brabo wajuma, and paiba, Sawisha nomiase, Yare dauso, Kodana dauso, Atete dausoa, Ijanya Copon was remo, and in Yamitumimu, and then was Sawashiagu, Nasaso, a Genemone, Yamima, a bomb pie, Sunny Sunny, Omfib, or Boniform Puchrim, Yariane Kodana, and oh, how in your name. And it's Yawada way, Yawada no pebia, your tons from Apam Field, so to rescue point. Sebra, na your new jango send him a mompire, Nanyami 2 minty, na ho dinty, a dancing dinshra, and any munyam ebeotia, Fahudi, and what year, a beyo brabo, and Ophidia edia. Benya sutum carnibu la pass, carnation, doko, and aquashiman, of Anko barrier, Pokwasan, Amasama Sosa, Usubisi or rescue point junction. Unyasi rescue pointer. Block factory bi okwano famusa na bra wanimu T junction di kan no na wafa nsabenku saba na afọ obabeto apam fie ewo na beto abronsan kese ewo no ma nyankopon ba nyina atwa hye mu ho na ye di mpaye nyankopon sha se ya wada no pawe odi wani ba kirem ewo apam fie se wo ba na wo hia direction biara obetumi afre 0249669993 anase 0540378282 nyankopon sha se wutu anamo na wo de adanse ene fa ahodie no wachie ene be ko fidua mu ewo Yesu dinimo amen.
Mo appear for say Oje Brema you try your home sima eba ye. Mesra say a prayer line no bomodiana join ye. I was 0249669993 and penny for ebe guido said ebe ya obetimi a join in ne wo abompaye. Eruti ye beto so dia na ama edeyeko.
Ya twa and 7 so ede awamode na yada so ejina Ghana mampeni akache na openi no abomode akwa eye asante hene ede nsembi atu eja na openi ni nsema okenya ede se eye akra kwantumpon ede ekọ eye kumase no ade a wo ode nhyehyeye egu na kwanso se ne ebebo ma eye ahyenkafo ebetumi edi djuma ana atrenchi ebetumi akoso ewo ho openi no echemu a ne djumedie bia watu ne din big push infrastructure program na ode akwakohyem se ne ebebo ama bibia.
First tenure as president, we worked together on several projects in the road, transport, education, health, trade, and water sectors. We worked together to build the iconic KJTR Market Phase 1. Another several satellite markets in the greater Kumasi area. We expanded and upgraded the Kumasi International Airport. We started construction of several hospitals in Ashanti, including Sewia and Afari Military Hospital, which sadly were abandoned. We constructed several community day schools in various parts of Ashanti. We completed the 3K water project, which gave Konongo and Kumawu water, and reconstructed several roads in the Kumasi metropolitan and surrounding districts. Your Majesty, under the Big Push infrastructure program, we are once again about to start investments in major infrastructure projects across the country. And as the second most populous region in Ghana, Ashanti will not be left out. Your Majesty, I'm happy to report to you that we will soon undertake the feasibility study and design of the new Accra-Kumasi Expressway. We hope to be able to cut the sod early next year for work on this transformational project to commence. Your Majesty, it is our intention to continue and complete the phase 2 of the KJTR Markets project, which has been affected by the debt exchange program. We will also commence construction of the Kumasi Outer Ring Road project.
Abusianfo ye bomode ande ani atwemu ewo owura kisi ejaben na so ye opani wo mane ho mene so pe na baabi a atedin wo kire mu se sisia no kata se hyeproye ne kankan bi akoso ewo eye education sector and afei so health sector na o kire mu se ebi ho no ma wo behwe no education side no na obi afa koti kwanso na wo de obi din aba behwe ho na eba ne sa entwaye na kyese kana na bi aba the same thing na ekoso ewo apamudin asieye eno nti no wo se ode ne nan eba besi ho na wo ye nhwehwemu ene ewo a ye be so opa anchi ne de se mo amunim se obi nka se puduo nhye na emom ehye a ye be rene dwo.
The Director General of Ghana Health Services here and the Director General of, see the way I'm looking at you, and the Director General of Ghana Education Services here. The two of you have walked into an ongoing investigation. I hope you know that. It is not you. You were not there. But all I'm saying is that in reference to the practice, in reference to corrupt actors, we are seeing unbelievable forms and new forms, which really is mitigating against education generally and healthcare provision. In your sector, we are finding that some surgeons are performing surgery without the need for it, just because they want the money. We are finding officers claiming monies and facilities for non-existent schools. In your sector, we are finding that people are carrying around laptops, and this is to caution. They may do so to you very soon. I'm sorry I'm saying this in public without first having told you. With the Director General's signature on their laptops, giving out appointment letters on their laptops wherever they go, and purporting to be appointing teachers and pocketing the proceeds thereof. We are finding that head teachers are validating non-existent persons for payment of salaries. Let us reconceptualize the way we are doing things. Let us forget for a moment what the white man tells us works. They are not working. And there's a reason why. They do not apply in our context. What is culturally acceptable and what is corruption?
Free oraki si ejaben akachene de akwakopie mu ewo mfinfin mantam no emu agona Fordjour e de meche oti akwakopie mu ewo ahyenkafo a wono edi atrenchi e de fa nsaba eye across kwantempon no eso empanifo akasa wo kire mu se akwantempon no nyanya kura eninti dani de nyina no wono kwa sabe akonhia esi eto da bi kura so a amona bonka bi wo ha na ehye no akwakotom na eba ne sa so no fasa kwantempon na enye no eso a na kire se wo de wo kan no kɔ eye fitafo ho se ne wo beye agi sika hodro afa sika so beba no kuma bi nanso wo bewie no na afa no adwuma na ba ne sika ni nyina no e de kɔ na kye se untumi enye adwuma eno enenam so ama hyenkafo edi atu eje se wɔsra Ghana mampedin ene aban wo so se enimeni ya kampanifo nhye na wonya kwantempon no emfama wo
but yet fadede bia anytime I'm super tobia no na ade no Kevin na the way it's no yan ha a time will come Ubehu de ade no bebu eguma ye na ye ko towards Nsaba ye ntumunko wana worko across odan na ade so ye ntumunko ena ma eye serious mama de bia medwe no ho ponyi obi a ebia eye karo ye hoho a orba onyim ujichima obokwa kasha munene masana wehu mebesi en dem so a emfa asampapa mahen
Ekwano gobe tutu a nanka blade no wanya blade no maye nanka ya ho yin flu okwano so because
ye free and sabandia na ye de ni etwemu our National Commission for Civic Education for Asua na wono mo eyegu a eyara wo mo etwre se Ghana etobre bia na ye omoyi omo ho asi ho de omo akọ school pon mu se ne be yo mo betimi a kyerɛkyerɛ omamba pa Ghana ni wasede ne sen omamba pa wasede ne sen na eno no na wono mo ebo mo de ade omo ni atwremu ewo tema omo branch a ewo tema east na omo kokopie mu ewo honom no ene na abasobode nkakra mienu miense bi na omo de ekoma eye Sukufu a omo ba ya omo be pie mu ewo ho a ye kyekere wo made no ne santi na eye mrahwebedwani a owo eye tema east a ide a woje so eye lawyer Jeff de enani ekopie mu ewo honom na okoye no wo kire mu se omamba pa de ewo se abribia wo de wo ho ehye ejuma emu enkane no na omamba pa etobre bia one day bi na ye asi ho ye di kosiesie kromu ni ade ne senti na ekuei wo mo atu omu ho asi wo se wo mo ebe kyerɛkyerɛ ye se de ebe ya ye betimi aye omamba pa
that confront the educational sector. We all know the challenges that came with the free SHS. Issues with funding, issues with quality of education became very critical. But one of the things that we have been able to do since we took office as government is to decap what we call the Capping and Realignment Act. The Capping and Realignment Act is a law which placed a limitation on the GET fund. So the monies that come into the GET fund, it's not all that money that can be used to support education. And that also created a lot of challenges because there was not enough money to run the free SHS. Since we took power, we have removed that cap, that limitation, we have amended the law, we have changed the law. So now every money that comes into the GET fund will be available to support the free senior high school. So more money will be available to solve the problems that are associated with the free senior high. So issues of furniture, classroom, infrastructure, food, and all that will be adequately catered for by this very important move that we have made.
It's been a while since the NCC engaged in Project Citizen, so I'm so happy with Emma West for putting together this program today. It is a participatory tool for democracy, and this gives opportunity to the young ones for you to begin to learn the ropes, how you are going to participate in the governance of your society when you come of age. I will encourage you to take this seriously. Let the best team win. It is not like we are looking for a winner here. We are all here to participate. Definitely there must be a winner, and then there will be somebody who didn't win. Anybody that wins, please, let's be magnanimous enough to know that one person must win, and then the other person will follow. It doesn't mean you are better.
Memnuna omuwo nroboni sono. Yesre nroboni ebese wodachi. NCC ye kasa kese a na timpo a yedi ejuma afi eye Ghana's future, our collective responsibility. Na ye hia obia se obeba beka ye ho na ye nyina ye de djuma se ne ese na ye peja Ghana akoso akodu pempenso a ye nyina ye pe
Nkobia East Mashobedwani ono no ewo ho ani ora Eric Nana Ajeman na eno no ewo eye ahafo anon note mensini no emu opani no ede atu ejase ewo mu se amanyoko no wono akọ adwunkrum agye atu mu se obeyi MMDCs na wo share senia nyemasi eko we si mempe we si nye we na ye kan se ye pe ni ntiwa hyew awodra so na ade mu odin papa ye san say se obi ewo opposition se bia aba no we lose not in China for obi wo power na nipa no ekofa ebia MMDC CB e de won kompeso bi so na fe nipa wo opposition e bi ye MP a na je sa kwakofa mentem wase aba omumielu entebu openi de sanse mo nyina etu eja o ma hweje fie
yo ene statement a me ye wo parliament no na de mene minority for na ye pe a kire ne se e wo se parliament ye hwe na aban no so eboa na the winner takes all syndrome na ewo Ghana no ye hwe ho asem ka especially the election of MMDCs asamna mekaye no na gina election of MMDCs so in himself PNDC days from the 80s embassy there aban bia MPPO NDCO bia ba o mampanyi na appointee the chief executive a okohwe na ya appointee wa emra ne se this assembly no to so aba na ifri emra dodo na eba ni nyina da bia day in and day out no pasabasa nema mebresisi a emwaye esanse ebi wo ha party for office o maye adwuma amomwa party abapawa yiwie ye no secretary pe MC organizer pe vice chairman pe chairman so pe yekobo ba akudia ada supporters so monti ase na de basabasa into kwane ne manem yina obi atibi de ekoso organ enye party ba akotai party bia ebapawa asane mana na ekoso edaso koso ha na in the 7th parliament try so better ya said be ya nka Ghana yebesisa yemra no that is article 243 no na appointment na free ho na election aba said be ya beto ba yi MMDCs na district bi o manka say yi o munipa na ade ba kwa ede wo hu ni say sa decision we MPPO NDCO obi afoaso
yede ni echiremu ewo ahafu region dia na empanifo a ewo honom eye oma akasa teachers for ewo school pon eye technical institute wo mu kiremu se eho nyanyanya kura wo mu breye pa esanse baby a edisuafo no empo ebekọ akoye practicals wo mu ni bi empo baby o mu batena no na wo mu besua de no kura no wo mu ni bi eto mo de adesrede akọ amagana mampani se wo sre on chene ni show mo nya sade o mu breye pa.
The class size too is very, very small. Looking at our condition. It's just recently that we did some improvisation of electricity for the practicals. I have building department, building construction department. Now, school na kasanya said any baby I practicals. Inti high baby the rest of the practicals are near free school near Bahana Babe. That's the here we need to say like a trowel, shovel, head pan, wheelbarrows, mortar board, like a lot for the construction. That's the tools and equipment. Here like it. Any bino, my students no first year's neighbor no where they come more your perspectives on the meeting Java.
Dodo akunja ya ntina so ncha na be ma ye kwa ma ye de kaseni na ye bopo anu ne de besi ede ama ye fa na se ma Apam Global Church asafo no sadane de na mpenifo so ye mu ma ye mu ye duro ne tumi kinkan kase no ede ma mu e wo mu fiefie mu sa yonti na wo chufro bo adam ye fra se wo bosum fufro mu bo wo den na fa wo mba obusu nyina fo wo be hye eye adishimoja de mu se ne be poa amada ne de na wo no aseten wo ka fo mu no obo ade betumi aye wo nkwankyerefo ajeje won tata de won ko ede won abefia so twem ene nti bo modern hye asafo ye kiri kwan e wo so kiri rescue point ye wade bia na pa bo kese no ekoso wo bra no nson abo anapa na emoma de ba ko ehia papa ene se wo ye obi na wo yare ana yade bi hye ho ache bi ti se ulcer ne nyoma ahodo bebre no liver se biribi na doctor ni bia bodin kese de akyerew na ade na kwakwa dan no eye agenjin bebre bo modern say o masa yade no enhye wo so na enku na emuhunu obenya gidie se ne osayade masabi a doctor Fordjour musika edi ani chedi amponya nkopɔ ani tu bepiem e wɔ ne nase a obeboa agyewe free sample trade ewu ani nti ene ye twa kwan aba be pie mu e wo fidie mu obo ade ya dom a ya wada yi se oba be kan ye nsa ne yin ne abom paye se nyo soro betumi atigende na wo sane aba be show eni ti social rescue point se na me din kankan na tena kese ebutuo se na me yanda o tena tia o kan o pe e ya sofo betunu wo abom paye ana oba join e ye prayer line no afre e ye 0249669993 0249669993 and 0540378282 0540378282 na ni penfo enchiche enkubu akenkan fo no eyeme na ama Fordjour mene
ke chire nua na ya Sikapa
ya ma mu eni hye ade hye
ya kram